Welcome to the draft. We'll call it a draft show for our SoCHEL tournament that's happening this weekend, which is a tournament where we raise money for the Mario Lemieux Foundation. We haven't done one in a couple of years, so we are doing it again. We're doing it this year. This will be our third one, and we decided to change the format up a little bit. We've shortened the games down a little bit so that we can ensure that we get it done within a day. And ideally, we want to try and get as many people, if not everyone, at least on the stream once on Saturday. So everybody will play a couple round robin games. Then we will seed everybody, and then it's single game elimination all the way through. The setup that we have for today, we have 18 Super Nintendo players, 15 Sega players, and you'll see that little spinning wheel there, which will be randomized, and we're going to draw players for each group. It'll be a little bit chaotic because I've actually put both sets of console players into this spin wheel. How it would work is we'll have 6 groups for Super Nintendo, 5 for Sega, and the first person that gets drawn will just go into group one. Or sorry, we'll call it group A. Group A, and then the next one from that console will go into group B, and we'll just go all the way through and then start back to group A once we have one player in each group until they're all filled. Those players will play, like I said, they'll play 2 games against each other, one home and away. So the first player in the group will have um, uh, they will have the home game versus the second player. Second player will have a home game versus the third, and third player will have home game versus the first. Pretty simple. And then once the round robin is done, wins, plus minus, uh, least goals against, and then registration, and away we go. Okay. So we are going to start. Wheel determines your group and who your two opponents are. Yes, Coke. That is exactly it. So you'll know who your group is. So it could be an easy group for you, or who knows. I imagine that there's probably going to be a group of death. I would, is for a lack of a better term, I'll use the soccer term called group of death on each console. Corbett, did I win? Not yet, buddy. Not yet. Maybe this is your year. All right. First thing I'll do is before I start spinning here, I did this before, just sort of to randomize it. If three, Actually, we'll say the first 4 people pick a number between 1 and 5. First 4 people post in the chat between 1 and 5, and that's how many times I'm going to shuffle up this thing. 3.5. That does not count, Smoz. Coke wants. Okay, so kids said 4, so I'm going to shuffle 1, 2, 3, 4. Chriso also wants 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 more people, please. Coke, I want Mikhail in my group. I think I can take him this year. I don't know if Mikhail's going to come to King of 94 this year. I hope that he does. I know last year it was like he had everything going on. He was getting married, and it was all right around that time. He was on his going on his honeymoon shortly after that, so that's why he couldn't make it last year. So I hope that he can come to it this year because it'd be awesome to have it back. We haven't seen him since 2019 because he wasn't at the last 2. Oh, you mean SoCHEL? Yeah, he's not playing in SoCHEL this year. Coke said 2, and you know what? I'll just shuffle it 3 more times here. 1, 2, 3. Done. All right. First spin. Don't want none of that for King of 94. Okay, first spin. Here we go. The magic beach ball spinning wheel. And the first group is AJ. Player number 1 in Group A. I'm going to remove him from the list. And number 2. So that's Smoz's nice little chart along the bottom that he made there. So you can see the groups as we go along. Leif Erikson is the player number 1 in Group A for Sega. Remove them and spin. And SoCHEL'94. So he goes into Group B as player one. Oh, man, pen's sucking here. Switch to pencil. And next one. King Raph. Super Nintendo Group C. You guys like the applause? I love the applause. And everyone that's playing in this is an online player. They've all played online, which is good. We didn't have to go through the process. Group B, Sega. Kids wasted. Group B. Oh. All right, next one. Corbett, you still haven't won anything yet. Sorry, buddy. There is the second one for AJ. He is in Group C. Leif Erikson and Kids Wasted, breathing a sigh of relief. Next spin. Super Nintendo Stantinator. And that is Group D. Chaos. Chaos. We have a winner. Chaos. Player number one for Sega Group D. Coke, Chris, still waiting to have their teams drawn, or their names drawn, I should say. EA. So that is it for players in players for each group. So the next player will go back to Group A for Sega. So who's going to join? Unsure. Sorry for bothering you. We want to offer a promotion. This guy is awesome. Channel, viewers, followers, chat bots. Best price that we can get. Cass, your name just got drawn. You're in Group D. And I get to join Leaf. I get to join Leaf in Group A. He will no doubt be happy. Chalk up a win for him. He's already looking to the second game next game. Cass. Yes, buddy. That's hilarious. Oh, man. Okay. Triple A. It's player number one in Group E on Super Nintendo. We still got one more to fill in on Group F for Super Nintendo, but we're already in the second row on Sega. And Anatar will be Group F, player number one. So for those that weren't paying attention, not paying attention, that weren't here earlier, if you are player number one, you're going to have the home game against player number two, and you're going to have the away game against player number three in your group. All right. So no Coke yet, no Chris yet, no Corbett yet, and they're all watching the stream. Thanks, guys. Keep riding it out here. Your name's coming soon. I can feel it. King Wrath making an appearance in SNES. Yep. The Wiz. So the Wiz is going to join AJ. Group number, or Group A. We'll call it number. Group letter A. All right, next one. Nobody beats them. That's what Chaos said. Nobody beats the Wiz. DPS in the same group as Kids Wasted. Kids, do you like that? Do you like that draw in your group? Give me a yay or a nay, or tell me what you think. Next one. Coke says Group of Death. Oh, he's already calling the Super Nintendo A group a Group of Death already, and we haven't even got to the last player. Maybe it's me. Then it wouldn't be a Group of Death. Chriso, there you go, buddy. Chriso gets to join AJ in Group C, and I know Chris is definitely looking forward to that. No question. Have fun, buddy. Have fun. Next spin. Not a win. That's, sorry, Chris. DPS joining SoCHEL'94, and I don't know, these guys would have never played each other because I don't think DPS has played Super Nintendo for some time. So, new match for them two. And he is player number 2 in Group B. Coke still on the board, and Corbett's still on the board. I know they're in the chat. There you go, buddy. He's with Wrath. He's with Wrath. He's in the same group as Wrath. Now, Coke, are you changing your mind about Group of Death? Could be the C group, bud. Could be the C group. It isn't already. Have to see who the last one is. Next spin is going to be Tecmo John, and he's going into Group D with Stantonator. Tecmo John. Next spin, here we go. And Tecmo John again. And he's in Chaos's group. All right, Chaos, opinion. How well do you play against Tecmo John and Sega? Let's hear it. Are you happy with that draw? Next spin. And it is Bob Kudelski. So Bob K, player number 2 in Group E. TJ shows up when it counts. The double T. 2 Ds are enough. 3 Ds. Next one. Here we go. And it's going to be Indio or Indio, and it's Indio. So Indio Sega, he is going to Group E on Sega. And he joins EA in that group. So some pretty solid players. And the next one is going to be me. And I get to join Anatar. Anatar will be happy about that. So both of my picks are in. All right. Still Corbett on the board. You're still there, buddy. Maybe you'll be the next one. Here we go. Now we've got all our 2 groups of Group 2 players are all done. This is the 3rd player in each group. So now McMarcus is going to join the Wiz and AJ. And that is a pretty tough group. Pretty tough group. So Coke could be correct, but it really depends on who ends up on Coke's group. And there could be, if India ends up in there, Mooney. That would challenge for it for sure. Well, actually, even kids too. So lots of good players left. Oh, and Raf gets Group A player 3. Well, I've only played Raf once before, so this will be fun. He's gonna run. He's gonna run up the score on me. And we've got D. Allison, Sega. Ah, so he's in the same group as his bro. Kids is loving this group. Did it spin on me, or did someone enter me into SNESB? Uh, no, you did not. So you can remove kids from SNESB. That hasn't been drawn yet. But D. Allison, kids, you got your brother in your group. You and DPS. Booyah. DPS did tell me, he asked me if he could play a little bit later because he's got to work early in the morning. And I said, yeah, no problem. So I will create a schedule so you guys can play a little bit later in the morning. That's hilarious that I'm playing my brother. Yeah, well, you can give him a call. Tell him what's up. Wouldn't that be something if Prof ended up in Group C? That would be amazing. Next spin here. That would be the ultimate group of I was hoping for him in a Group C, but Prof goes into Group B with SoCHEL'94 and DPS. Next spin. Corbett's been waiting patiently a long time for his name to get called. Still not going to happen. Mooney. So Mooney has the luxury of playing in the same group as Coke and King Raf. He already said that he's just going to down a few that day and have fun. So he'll have extra fun now. 6 people left. 3 on each console. Kids, this is a good draw for you in the group with Stantinator and Tecmo John. It's a good draw for you. You've got two good draws, 2 good groups for you. Competitive groups. And Anatar is going to join Chris O and AJ in Group C. Corbett did not want to be drawn in that group. All right. Mooney almost knocked me out. Sorry. King 94. Yeah, was that the Detroit Cavalry game where you said it was? I can't remember who Mooney was playing. He's playing somebody, and he called that matchup, and we thought that maybe it wasn't the best choice because the other player picked Detroit, obviously, and won. But I don't know if that was you. All right. Well, we got 4 players left. 2 here on each console. So, Corbett, do you want D or E? You got Chaos and Tecmo John, or would you rather play EA and India? Beer emoji. Sorry, Mooney. I mean, that's just the luck of the draw, buddy. Have some fun. Oh, you can't. Corbett wants D for sure. Well, maybe it's coming next. We got 4 left here. Next spin. And the next spin is Mr. Bison. It's awesome that he decided to play in this. Our only Swedish player playing in this, but awesome for him. And he's going to join AAA and Bob K, which will mean that India will be in the last group with me and Anatar. So really all we're trying to figure out next is who is in Group D. Is it going to be Tex or is it going to be the other Tex? And Chaos is partner is going to be Mr. T. Chaos's favorite ambassador of the game, Mr. TX. He's in going in Group D. Yeah, baby, good case. Chaos likes this group. He likes his selection. So we'll just spin the last two out just for fun. But obviously, Corbett is going into Group E with Indio and EA. And that, if I'm looking at this list, either E or C in Sega is probably the toughest group. Probably E, in my opinion. What do you guys think? I would say E. And then in Super Nintendo, which is the toughest group top to bottom? Probably, well, I would say toss up between A and C. What do you guys think? I feel like those are my so-called group of deaths. Which one do you think is the Which one do you think is the worst ones? Not the worst ones, the toughest ones is what I mean. Kids also says A and C for SNES. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I could pick between the two. I probably would give a slight edge to C. Uh, but I mean, it's close. And then Corbett says Gen C. He thinks C over E. So, I mean, Chriso and Anatar, solid players. AJ, obviously, best in the world. And then EA, Corbett, Indio, all great Sega players. Interesting. Jens is pretty spaced out skill wise. I think, Cash, you're probably talking about groups. Chris thinks that E in Sega is the toughest group, and AJ's, well, yeah, AJ's the clear favorite in C. So, uh, yeah, Chris, I think probably has a point of who would come out of E. That might be the much tougher one. And that's the same thing with like A. I would probably say AJ would come out of it, but I mean, Wiz and McMarcus are really good players, so it's like they could easily go 2-0, both of them. And then in C, same thing, you know. So it'll be tough. It'll be interesting, but fun. All right, that's it. So yeah, we'll start the stream on Saturday. I will have a schedule set up tomorrow. I've already got a challenge bracket made up, so we'll log the scores in there. You can just post them in the. I'll probably just create a channel for score logging or whatever. We'll do that, and then the goal is to try and for the first couple hours, try and get a game on the stream live if we can. Uh, every 15 minutes, I will actually lay out who's going to play, so that we can just so that those guys will know that they will be on the stream, and then I will have it lined up for the playoffs of what rounds we will be doing each round. So I will probably ask if Chaos. I don't know if you want to. If some guys want to, one or two guys, either yourself or maybe someone else, want to join on the stream to help do some commentary. Then that way I can do a little bit, but I can also make sure that games are moving along and I'm kind of keeping on top of guys and making sure that they're playing, logging scores and that kind of thing. So is after the round robin, we'll need 10 or 15 minutes anyways, just to set up the brackets, and then away we'll go with that. So do you guys have any good games, Sally? Yeah, I've got Leaf. I mean, obviously Raf's going to win our division. Leaf's better player than me, but I have beaten him before, so I mean, it's maybe I have a chance to pull off a win, but I'm kind of expecting to go 0-2. And then Group F of my Super Nintendo, well, one not going to beat Anatar. Indio, maybe I could beat Indio, but I figure I'll probably go 0 for 4, maybe 1 for 3 in my round robin groups. But it'll be fun. I'll tally up all the money that we made because some people did donate more on top of their registration fee, which is awesome. Thanks for that. And yeah, and so we'll just do one playoffs, and then at the end, uh, I asked the guy a while back. He had one signed puck by Mario. I asked him if I could get another one, which I haven't heard back from on that. So I'm hoping that that's happened or is happening. And then that would be the prizes for each winner. So, kids, yes, you're welcome for the stream. Chaos, that'd be awesome if you could do that. Even if just jump on for a little bit here or there, just to help out, especially during the round robin. If you're not playing, if you want to just come in and call a few games or whatever. I know AJ likes to do it as well, so maybe he might want to. I can ask him. So, Coke, you're welcome. Have a good night. I think that's it. Have yourselves a good night. I don't think anybody has any questions. Thanks for the stream. Looking forward to Saturday. Okay, guys. See you then.